Welcome to Tiger Talk. It is our final episode of the year, and we are just here to do a quick wrap-up. How are you doing today, Becca?
I'm doing amazing.
And it's just going to be the two of us today as we finish up the season. We obviously didn't get what we wanted on Friday. What do you have to say about the game, Becca? What did you think of the weather? Let's start with the weather, which was the best part of the game.
Yeah. Well, I got to get my snowsuit out.
Uh-huh.
Did you get your snowsuit out?
Of course I wore my snowsuit. I wore this as well.
Did we
I
get a
put this
picture
over.
together? We'll have to show.
Yeah.
I think mine was better. Could you see me on the sidelines?
Oh yeah, you could be seen everywhere. And
it was cold though. I mean, it wasn't cold because I had the snowsuit on, but it was
right.
like rainy, like when they were warming up and stuff, and before like you got early dressed. It was definitely cold and wet. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I don't like
I think that was definitely with the wind. It was crazy, and the rain. And the only time the rain didn't blow was our one touchdown pass.
Oh really?
Yeah, when they threw the touchdown to Braylon, everything stopped. They threw the touchdown, and then the rain.
Which I was there. He caught by his fingertips.
I
it
know,
was crazy.
it
It was
like
like
right there.
That was pretty cool.
And
That's what he's good at.
And that was our one touchdown. I mean, it's so disappointing because obviously we really wanted to go on. I thought we would go on. But we're here to pay tribute to the seniors. So what can you say?
It always comes to an end, whether it's with a loss or a win. You know, that's just part of life. You know, like people move on. What I want to say about the seniors, though, is it's just been, you know, I've been with most of them since 7th and 8th grade. So I've watched them in football and track. So what I love is that some of those seniors are walking away with a track ring championship and a state ring championship. So, you know, really, you know, I have a special place in my heart for those seniors because I got to win with them first, you know, but you know, it was junior high. But still, to see them just develop over the years, I mean, just because I got to coach them and then watching Nate obviously coach and take them to the next level and seeing, you know, Big Mike already took his visit to Youngstown State, Mookie committed to Mercyhurst. I mean, just like now you're starting to see the fruits of labor. So it's more than winning. It's off the field, the things that these kids continue to do, keeping that 3.55 and above GPA. I mean, those are the good things. Kids came over Saturday and, you know, reminisced a little bit, talked about some things, but it just wasn't meant to be, and you learn from that adversity. So it's interesting to like see them like work through that, and it's pretty cool.
Well, I think the thing about this senior class is that they are walking away with a ring that most people graduating from Massillon are not walking away.
Never got to do for 50-some years.
Right. So, I mean, that is a big deal. It's disappointing because we beat ourselves, and I think that hurts more than it being taken away from us. Like, I've been to so many Massillon games through the years, and it reminded me of Massillon games of old. Like, we haven't had that kind of game in Nate's era. But boy, it reminded me of earlier Tigers, where you just go to a regional championship and then the team crumbles. And I remember games like that. It had a familiar taste to me, and I'm hoping that it snaps the younger kids out of that. I'm excited for this sophomore and junior class, and a little bit the freshmen, but especially the sophomore and the juniors. They saw 2023. They saw 2024. What will they be in 2025? That's
who will be a leader. I mean, you got some coming up, and who's going to step up and fill in some. You got some big shoes to fill with Big Mike, Chris Fair, Looney. I mean, I could go on the list of our starters. That Nolan Davenport. I mean, our kicker. Came back from injury, was out last year, the kickoff, and then was able to come back this year. Nolan Hendricks. So it's just, there's who's going to fill in where and be like, that's my spot. I'm going to take over. and I'm gonna play it like this. So it'll be interesting to watch in the off season, and we've been here before. We've lost on Arlen Field to Green, which was a shocker. So we've been here before. What do you do with that loss?
Yeah, and hopefully they use that to motivate themselves. That's what I would like to see. So I'm going to take a little bit of ownership from last week. I made a really big mistake on Tiger Talk, and I will never make it again, because I should have put a picture up when Nate was talking about Big Walnut, and the players in the background were not taking Big Walnut seriously, and I did recently find out that was passed around through the Big Walnut thing, and I never wanted Tiger Talk to be that kind of show. That's on me, because I edit these things, and when I saw it, I couldn't fix it because of the way we set it up. We're not going to do that anymore. We're never going to have a player sit behind someone again, so that's on me. So you can guarantee that Tiger Talk will never be locker room material again, because that's not what the point of this show is. We're not here doing X's and O's. We're not trying to say whether we're going to pass or calling plays. We're here to do something positive, and it makes me feel bad that I let that go through because I didn't have something to cut to, and so I just want to take a little ownership for that. But that's the end of Tiger Talk for this year, but we have some exciting news, because normally we would not have a Tiger Talk until next August, unless we get canceled. We don't know. We'll have to see what the ratings were. But tell us a little, what's ahead for us?
So there's a new era coming into town, and I'm pretty excited about it because you know how competitive I am. So Coach Greg Corsell and I, who are state champions, love to team up, and we're going to be teaming up, and there is going to be a Massillon Tigers, Lady Tigers flag football team.
Yay. So
you know what I told Nate today? I said, man, if I win a national championship before you, how's that going to feel?
I know.
Just kidding.
So what does that mean? Like, when will this start? Who can try out?
Yeah.
Who can play on the team?
So we're going to have a junior high team and a high school team. So it's open to grades 7 through 12 girls. And we're getting sponsored by the Cleveland Browns. Liberty Printing has reached out to us. They're going to sponsor. So if there's different people who are interested in sponsoring, because, we're starting from scratch. We're starting from zero. There's no budget, anything like this. So this is brand new for us. It actually, girls flag football is like catching on like nationally. So we actually hosted with the Cleveland Browns a girls flag football camp in June or July, and then we had like over 350 girls on the Tigers Stadium. It was amazing. And then they had...
And those were all Massillon?
No, so that was just girls from all over Ohio.
Okay.
And then they were holding a national championship tournament at the Hall of Fame, while we were hosting girls that
so
would
what
be
did we
interested.
see in Oregon?
So those were two teams, one from Alaska and one from, I believe, Louisiana. So those are like recognized. So Pennsylvania.
And you would play them
Yeah.
in this national
Yeah, we'd
championship?
play them
like if you made it that far?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how crazy would that be?
That would be really cool. It was really fun to see, and it was a good game. Like, I remember they really put a lot into it. It was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of the Massillon people who went out to the Oregon game got to see that game before the NFL Academy game. So if I'm a parent and I want my kid to play on this thing, what should they do, or what should a girl in the high school do to get on this team?
Well, so they should definitely come to the open gyms, or the open fields. I said gyms. Open fields that we're having in December. You can look at Massillon City Schools. It's up on there. That we just added a Twitter account. So we are...
I think I was the first follower.
Yeah,
too.
the first follower.
Yeah.
So we're Tigers Flag FB. So you can follow at Tigers Flag FB. FB obviously stands for football.
So you'll be getting information there.
Giving information there.
And the games would be in March, May?
March,
June?
April, May, and then hopefully we get to go to the tournament at the Hall of Fame, representing. We have a lot of girls excited about it. I've had girls that graduated that are like, why did you wait till I graduated to do this? So that's like kind of funny too. Actually, some of them have shared that we're having open fields. Bree Ford was one of those, and she's like, I'm low-key mad or something. You know, I love the Fords.
And we're going to do Tiger Talk episodes
yes,
for these
and we're going to do
well.
Tiger. You know, so you guys get to see the girls that are now going to be the first ever girls flag football team from Stark County. So we're going to be the first school to have girls flag football.
There we go.
And I predict probably in 2 years, maybe 3 at the most, it's going to be an Ohio High School Athletic Association sanctioned sports, because it's pretty much getting sanctioned across the nation.
And I predict within 5 years, Massillon will be banned from it then. So it'll be 3 years to the OHSA comes in, 2 years to they kick us out.
We just won't be in a league.
Yeah.
Like, we'll have to find our own games.
That's when they'll definitely kick them out.
Our girls are excited. They're going to be ready. And, you know, the football players are excited too. So it's set up so that girls can still play softball, they can still run track, you know, it's not to interfere with that. And then our games will be on Sundays at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, or, you know, maybe around at the different area schools. And Cleveland actually has a lot of girls teams, so we might travel a little bit too, but we're really excited about it.
Yeah, so who are you going to play if no one in Stark County plays? Not that Massillon ever plays anyone from Stark County. But I mean, like, you'll be in a league that you play 8 people all the time, or Cleveland Browns sets it up?
The Cleveland Browns are going to set it up for us this first year. So we'll play teams from Columbus, Cleveland, and I just want to say, like, when we hosted, everybody was so nice. Most of the coaches have been coaching for 2 or 3 years. I had no idea what was going on. It was just fun. And, you know, the girls loved it. The girls that we got to come out from Massillon loved it. And girls are excited. And, you know, it's always exciting to add another sport or something that kids can get involved in. And that's what I love about Massillon and my job, because we've had wheelchair basketball. We started junior high indoor track. You know, like, we've just built on these programs. So, you know, working with Greg again, he's one of my favorite coaches to work with. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And maybe Coach Moore will coach, so I can tell him he's not allowed to talk to the refs. Only I am.
Right.
Skip back.
You can, yeah. That seems fair.
Yeah.
And will Ella do it? Or she's not?
Ella will do it because she's in 8th grade, so she's eligible.
So she'll be at the junior high one.
Mm-hmm. She'll be
and you're coaching that too?
I'll probably just do high school. We have others.
Someone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if it was like everyone's together and then you split them up.
Yeah. We'll probably practice together and stuff, because it depends how many girls we have, how many come out.
Yeah, so that's our exciting news. So we'll be back in the spring for some flag football Tiger Talks. I thought this was a really fun year for Tiger Talk. I thought we advanced quite a bit. We did a lot of silliness.
Yeah.
And what was our game this year? It's funny, I can't remember.
What game?
Our game that we played. What did we do?
Oh, like you had to guess it was me or Coach.
Oh, that's right. It was
That's
right. Well, next year we're going to have a new game. We're not going to announce it yet, but it's going to involve the players having to draw something. It's going to be
so
almost
fun.
Pictionary-esque. We haven't worked out the rules yet, but we've got some ideas for next year.
It's going to be so fun.
So that's going to be fun. As far as the punt or no punt, who am I rooting for in the state championship? It's Anderson all the way.
Yeah, Anderson all the way.
No. They're going to the state champs.
Okay.
And they're going to because I'm always going to root for the public school. So I want Anderson to win the state championship now. And they did punt against LaSalle. So see, we taught them last year that in a big game you have to punt. And so the punt or no punt was just for fun as well. We won't be continuing that next year as well. Every year is different here on Tiger Talk. Thanks, Becca. I had a fun year.
Yeah,
I hope you had fun too. And then look what Becca got me. She got me a little memory box for our Massillon Against the World book. Thanks for everyone for supporting us with the book and it winning awards and being number 2 after, who was the jerk who was number 1?
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders. I never heard of him.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for him, we would have been a number 1 on Amazon.
Yeah.
But everyone coming out, like, that was an amazing night, book signing.
Yeah.
And
it was an amazing year.
The support for Tiger Talk and everything, we really, really appreciate it. And we hope to be back next year. So
until next time, TIG.
Oh, Nate's not here, so for once I get to say something.
Yeah.
ERS. See you next year.